Hi everybody, Shannon and Karen again with Wandering Out Yonder. Today we are again here to talk to you about Fran.
Right.
And we wanted to talk to you guys today about a real simple subject, why we chose a Ford Transit 250 van to be our adventure van.
Right. So we have been getting a lot of questions, and keep the questions coming. It helps us be able to hopefully help someone else out there.
Right.
So we were getting a lot of questions of why Fran, why Ford, how did we find her,
or what is it that you're using?
Right.
I mean, people weren't even sure what we were traveling around in.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So Fran is a 2019 Ford Transit 250 cargo van. She has a medium roof and a 130-inch wheelbase. Now that is an awful lot, but that is
exactly what
right.
she is.
That is what she is. She used to be an enterprise rental van. We found her after about 2 years worth of hunting.
Well, hunting meaning trying to make a decision on what we wanted to be our travel vehicle, what we wanted our adventure vehicle to be.
Right, and that included a lot of research. I had the same question. What's best to go with? I mean, it comes down to pretty much what everybody likes to use are the Sprinters, the Dodge Promasters, or the Ford Transits. And for us to make such an important decision, we had to do some research.
Right,
So,
which actually started with us looking at small campers and truck combinations, which we discovered was way out of our league, or
Right.
we did not want to invest that much into it. I discovered that a truck, even used, was going to run us about 50 grand. The camper that I was looking at was going to run 30 to 40 grand. So it was way too much for us. It was like, no, that's not what we're wanting to do. We want something economical, something that we can utilize our money for the adventure rather than for the vehicle. So
Right.
this is how we kind of came up with, well, what do you think about a van?
right, and I was not comfortable with the idea. I'm not comfortable hauling any kind of trailer or addition.
Yeah, that
So
just wasn't
right.
something we wanted to do. Yeah.
And there are a lot of places that you cannot go with trailers and things hooked up to your vehicle. So the van, we just kept going back to the van. So we started doing some research. I started doing some research. The Sprinters, they're awesome. They're popular. They're also very expensive. They're also very hard to find used. So that kind of immediately we knew that was not an option for us. So that brought it down to the Promaster or the Transit. And the most important reason that I started really looking at the Transit was the ability to be able to find Ford dealerships rather frequently in the event that Fran would need any kind of attention. They're out there. They're everywhere.
Well, and not just that, but the cost of repair.
Right.
The cost of repair, your maintenance costs for a Ford versus a Sprinter. Not knocking anybody that has a Sprinter, and if you're good with that, that's fine. But for us, it was a matter of those types of issues as well. So we did start doing some research. We were looking at the Dodge,
The Promasters,
and we were looking at the Ford Transits. It was going to be one or the other. Shannon liked the square of the Ford Transit. She felt like it was a much more squared out, felt roomier to her.
Right,
Basically
and,
what it boiled down to.
The ability to be able to use more nooks and crannies I just kept going back to the Ford.
Right. So we were actually down in Maryland and went past this Ford dealership, and we saw they had a whole bunch of them. They had 4 or 5 of the Ford Transit vans for sale in the parking lot. And we stopped and looked at them, and we were both like, yeah, these are really nice, and we just weren't quite ready yet to make a decision. So, we left. And then about 3 or 4 months later, I noticed that they were running a sale at this dealership, and there was only a couple of them left. So I was like, Shannon, we need to go back to the dealership and take a look at these vans. We got there, and Fran, and there was, I think, one other one there. I don't remember which one it was, but anyway, the guy gave us the keys. He's like, yeah, take it home with you, whatever you want to do. And we did. We drove it all the way home, and parked it and drove it back and fell in love immediately. I mean, it was immediate. And we were both like, yeah, we're on board with this.
Long story short, Fran wound up coming home that day.
Hi everybody! We'd like you to meet Fran the Adventure Van!
The open cargo, the clean slate. I mean, I don't know. We just knew good things were on the way.
Right.
So
Yeah.
for us, the Ford Transit worked for a lot of reasons.
Right. It fit basically everything, all the criteria of what we were looking for.
Right.
We knew that we wanted a clean slate. We did not want a build out type of vehicle, that we would be able to create ourselves the space based on what we needed and what we wanted, and which is exactly what we've done with this. So when we had that open, the only thing that was in here when we bought the van was the floor. That was it. So that is what kind of got us started on how we really wanted to create our adventures in the van and how we wanted the van to work out for us. And we're really thrilled. We've had nothing but good luck with the Ford.
Right. And
as far as maintenance and everything is concerned.
Right.
Yeah.
And again, what make or model that you go with, it's the beauty of the van. It's entirely up to you. It's what works for you, what your plans are with it, where you live. I mean, if we lived somewhere where it was constantly snow and ice, I don't know that I would go with a Ford Transit, because this is just rear wheel drive. Right. So you have to factor all of that into your decision. So there's really no right or wrong. It's just what works for you.
All right. So we just wanted to share with you why we chose the Ford Transit, how we kind of got to this point with the van that we have. And again, it's all a matter of your personal preferences, but this was perfect for us. So anyhow, hope that helped out somebody, and we'll see you later. Bye.